Dear students, welcome to online classes. Today we are going to discuss about the chemical properties from the lesson Metals and Non-Metals, 8th class physics. And though physical properties are quite reliable and chemical properties are better indicators of determining as to whether a given material is metallic or not. We have seen 6 physical properties in the before videos. And when compared to that, chemical properties will definitely give. They are the better indicators whether the given thing is a metal or non-metal. And first one, reaction with the oxygen. So go with an activity aim to know the reaction of oxygen with metals and non-metals. So the materials required are one metal sample, let us take magnesium, and one non-metal sample sulfur, spirit lamp or a Bunsen burner, and litmus paper, etc. So this is the magnesium ribbon and sulfur powder, Bunsen burner and litmus papers. Coming to the procedure, take a small strip of magnesium and note its appearance, how it is looking. Then burn it on the Bunsen burner flame and note the appearance after the burning. Let us see here, this is the magnesium ribbon and we just burning, and it will burn with very bright flame, because of the bright light given by the magnesium. It is used in firecrackers to burn with a very bright light, and after that it will show a magnesium ribbon ash in the form of a white powder, very pure white powder. Collect the ashes of magnesium in a test tube and some distilled water add to it. Test the sample with the red litmus and blue litmus papers. Then note the color. You can check when red litmus is inserted, it will turn into blue color and it does not change the blue litmus. So from this we can conclude that the formed thing was a base, magnesium hydroxide. Similarly, take a small quantity of powdered sulfur in a deflagrating spoon and heat it on a spirit lamp. Be cautious, do not inhale the fumes released by the sulfur on burning. So as soon as sulfur starts burning, introduce into a glass jar, tumbler, cover it with the lid and remove the spoon after some time. Burn, but try to keep the jar covered and add small quantity of water and quickly replace the lid. Shake the tumbler well so that all should be mixed well, and then check the solution with red and blue litmus. Yes, you can see here deflagrating spoon is there, that is not available in our homes. That's why we made our thing with a cap. Then we added water, we burned sulfur in that, we added water and shaked, and we taken the solution and tested with the litmus papers. Now you can see that red litmus do not change the color while blue litmus changes into red color. From this we can say that the formed solution, a compound, is acidic in nature. Right. What we observe, when the samples are burnt, they react with oxygen in air to give different products. So magnesium plus oxygen gives rise to magnesium oxide. Similarly, sulfur react with oxygen produces sulfur dioxide. And all the products in the above reactions are oxides, both are oxides. But the oxide of magnesium turns red litmus to blue, means which is basic in nature, while the oxide of sulfur turns blue litmus to red, that is acidic in nature. So from this we conclude that non-metal react with oxygen to give oxides which are acidic in nature. Acidic oxides will produce. And when metals react with oxygen to produce oxides that are basic in nature, basic oxides. And rusting of metals. Second reaction, rusting of metals. Means rusting of metals is nothing but the reaction with the components of air. Just now we have seen reaction with the oxygen, now remaining components of the air. Iron rust when it is in contact with air that contains oxygen and moisture. For the rusting of rain we require two things. They are oxygen and moisture. Now you can see iron we kept for long time, for an year, so that it is reacted with the oxygen and moisture present in the air. Let you check one more. From March it is starting, April, even we kept there it for months, and in the May it is getting, and in June, July, see a reddish brown precipitate is formed over the iron. When it is covered with the paint, it cannot come in contact with the air and hence it do not rust. That's why paints are used. And if paint is gone on the iron, then rust forms again on it. Similarly, magnesium ribbon is dull when exposed to air and shiny when we cut it. You can see here the new one which is very shining nature. When it is exposed to air for some time, means some days, then you can see the dullness. Silver objects and jewelry becomes black. So you can have a silver spoon, new one. When it is exposed to air for long time, then it will turn into some blackish color. And you can see the copper vessels. Copper statues and vessels become dull green when they are exposed to air for long time. So all these metals react with the components of air. No extra chemicals are added to that. Simply they will react with the components which are present in the air. But gold does not. Okay. So it doesn't become dull even when it is exposed for a long time. So what could be the reason? Yes, one and only the reactivity. So different metals react with the components of air in different manner, at different rates and conditions. There are some metals which do not react with the components of air. They are gold, platinum, and they do not rust. Yes, these are the 1 kg gold and 1 kg platinum bars.